Exactly.
Right.
And so when you rest with that, we come to understand that the interconnection of relative and absolute is always also present. And that particular kind of appreciation takes place, gradually as we work with the interconnection with the contemplative practice. And Aikido itself, I find, is a beautiful contemplative practice.
Completely,
It's not contemplative in the way that you're sitting, with stillness, but it's often referred to as, in this way, that there is stillness in movement,
right,
and movement in stillness.
yes.
Again, this is kind of a koan that when we begin to understand it in an embodied way, when we embed the understanding through the fabric of our neurosystem, through the fabric of our minds, we can relax and trust this intelligence in movement. We see this when you watch a really good randori or juwaza, when you're connected with that, when you watch it or when you experience that, it's not a strategy. You're not highly strategizing what's going to happen and how you're going to deal with this person and that person. When you are in that zone that athletes sometimes call the zone, that space, you are in a flow of movement, of connection, of interconnection.
Right.
It happens not out of reason or strategy, but out of sense of connection and interconnection.
And
those things happen
from the content.
Spontaneity.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. There's a creative, spontaneous response to what's arising in the interaction, which in Aikido it'd be the quote unquote attack or the interaction, the energy that comes in. If we're it does require that we rest to a certain amount in emptiness. When the energy comes in, it evokes the response spontaneously, creatively. What I would say also takemitsu, creatively and spontaneously. And
that's great.
And this is the contemplation, the interconnected contemplation of the we space, or of this kind of in a way. My experience of this in an embodied way. I mean, let's say we can both be in deep Zen, and you're over there and I'm over here, but we're not entering too much into the interconnected space, or maybe we are just on a mind level, which we can do. But if we start to do that in a physical, if we really start to kind of allow the energies to meet and allow the physical, let's say the physical boundaries to meet, my experience is that we enter into an interpenetrative. In other words, not only do I energetically penetrate your boundaries, but I allow you to energetically penetrate my boundaries.
Yes.
Which
that's very well said.
Yeah.
And in Zen and Buddhism also, we talk about interconnection, interpenetration, interpresence,
right.
like that. This is expressed so beautifully in Aikido as takemitsu Aiki, which is the spontaneous connection and generation of connection and the expression of technique.
Right.
But it's often talked about as the expression of technique, but it's really the expression of this connection and interconnection.
Exactly. And the technique is only afterwards you look back and you said, oh yeah, a kotegaeshi spontaneously arose. But there's no premeditative, okay, now it's time for the kotegaeshi.